Montenegro's elite Special Force commandos in an anti-terrorist exercise. There's little doubt who they and their president regard as the terrorist.
Gospodin Milošević zapravo najopasniji čovjek u regionu, čovjek od koga treba sačuvati mir na prostoru ove države i u regionu u cjelini.
Tiny Montenegro knows it may become the epicenter of the next Balkans war. History wafts through the monasteries and mountains of this ancient land and laps at the shores of its glorious coastline. Unlike their brother Serbs, Montenegrins boast their land was never completely conquered. Not in 500 years of fighting the Ottoman Empire, not by the Nazis. The independence streak remains fierce. Montenegro is the smaller of the two republics remaining in Yugoslavia. Now many here want to break from Serbia. Montenegro was annexed by Serbia after the Great War and has been the perennial Yugoslav little brother. Even a wedding in Cetinje these days becomes a political statement. Flags of the old Montenegrin state have been dusted off. These are hardcore nationalists, but polls show at least 45% of their compatriots also favour independence. And the ceremony is by the Montenegrin Orthodox Church, recently restored after being taken over by the Serb version 80 years ago. To an intoxicating brew, add guns. And it's said every Montenegrin man has one, somewhere, and is ready to use it. And last year in Cetinje, civilians and Montenegrin police nearly did use them against the Yugoslav army of Slobodan Milosevic.
Svaka prva varnica koja izbije na teritoriju Crne Gore doći do krvavog obračuna.
Sasha Pajovic was at home when the army came to conscript him.
Rekao sam da neću da idem da ubija nedužne ljude, neću da služim režimu Slobodana Miloševića, onda oni su malo htjeli prisilom, onda su mi priskočili neki prijatelji i tako smo ih odbili. Poslije toga više nisu dolazili. Mi smo nekad bili država do 18. godine nam je država ukinuta, 20. godine ukinuta crkva, tako da izgubili smo i državnost i duhovnost preko crkve, ali se nadamo da ćemo državu povratiti.
Taj režim, inače okrenut prošlosti, po uzoru na hajdučka vremena navikao nas je na krvava proljeća. Mi u Crnoj Gori ne gajimo iluzije da takvog scenarija njegovom voljom može biti pošteđena Crna Gora. Nije realno očekivati da vlast koja već deceniju opstaje na nesreći sopstvenog i drugih naroda na prostoru bivše Jugoslavije promijeni svoju taktiku.
Carrying their hopes is Montenegro's youthful president, Milo Djukanovic, already demonized by Milosevic and many at home for refusing to denounce last year's NATO air attacks. Djukanovic's very election to office nearly provided the feared ignition. Serb and Yugoslav loyalists, some armed with Kalashnikovs and Molotovs, tried to storm the presidency. They were seen off by police tear gas. Since then, the president has been boosting his police force, an army in all but name. Young Montenegrins follow his Western trend. Their tender now not Yugoslav dinar, but the Deutschmark. When Djukanovic adopted the German money as his official currency, Milosevic retaliated by sealing the internal border, choking off the supply of food and medicines from Serbia. Locals say tarpaulins on army trucks seen moving in from Serbia cover multiple rocket launchers.
Gospodin Milošević nam je tokom prethodne decenije vladanja sasvim jasno stavio do znanja da jedini njegov interes je nekontrolisana, dakle, lična diktatorska vlast. Gospodin Milošević je pokazao veliki stepen sklonosti da proizvodi krize, da bi na taj način, dakle, proizvodeći krize, zakamuflirao svoju odgovornost za sve lošiji život naroda na čijem se čelu nalazi.
I asked the president whether he could rely on the Yugoslav army, especially its Montenegrin conscripts, not to take up arms against their countrymen.
Ja se prije svega nadam da će vojska Jugoslavije u cijelosti uspjeti da izbjegne to novo iskušenje zloupotrebe od strane gospodina Miloševića, a ukoliko se pak to i ne dogodi, ukoliko vojska još jednom bude uvučena u avanturu protiv demokratije i protiv volje naroda Crne Gore, to će onda u svakom slučaju značiti kraj vojske Jugoslavije.
Kreni!
Ne postoji zadatak koji naša jedinica ne može da izvrši. U skladu sa Ustavom i naređenjima pretpostavljene starešine i predsjednika Republike.
They look impressive, but Djukanovic's special forces are hopelessly outmuscled by the massive firepower of the Yugoslav army. Surely Montenegro would need weapons from the West or NATO itself.
Ja nisam nikada direktno tražio vojnu pomoć od Zapada da bi se zaštitila Crna Gora. Ja sam samo upozoravao svoje uvažene međunarodne sagovornike da je njihova odgovornost u očuvanju stabilnosti Balkana ne manja, suprotno od toga, veća, dakle, nego što je odgovornost Crne Gore same.
While the president is under domestic pressure to hurry to a referendum, he has a rotating door of foreign envoys urging him not to provoke Milosevic. Djukanovic has proposed to Belgrade a confederation of equal partners with separate foreign relations.
Ponavljam, mi nećemo nervozno hrliti u nezavisnost, znajući da to može izazvati određene unutrašnje konflikte koji danas više nikome nisu potrebni i koji su već dovoljno unazadili Balkan, ali ako Srbija ne bude željela da prihvati, rekao bih, tu veoma civilizovanu ponudu, mi se nećemo odreći svojih strateških, državnih i nacionalnih interesa i ići ćemo putem državne samostalnosti u realizaciju takvih opredeljenja.
But it's a tricky, dangerous path.
Da, ovo je samo jedan dio mojih aktivnosti u zadnjih 10 godina.
Mileta Pavisevic fiercely opposes Djukanovic and Montenegrin independence. His walls document a high-profile role in the fight to keep Yugoslavia intact.
To je jedno teško pitanje, jer ipak Crna Gora i Srbija, to je jedan narod, srpski narod, pravoslavni narod, Crnogorci i Srbi ima Crnogoraca u Beogradu 1 milion. Nije to sve jednako cijepiti Crnu Goru, Crna Gora i Srbija. Ovo je već strašno, moguće da se desi najgore, daj Bože da ne dođe do toga i ne znam, tu ne bih mogao reći što će biti, vrlo je zategnuta situacija.
Pavisevic takes us to visit his Serbian tribe in the mountains.
Jesi dobro? Kako si?
Miči mi tu u bradu. Miči se od toga.
Evo je, 90 godina Srpkinja.
90 godina Srpkinja.
Jesi zajedno sa Srbijom da se živi?
Ja jesam.
Evo već.
This is pro-Serbia, pro-Milosevic country. The people are as intensely proud as they are poor. Their view of history is that Montenegrins are basically Serbs, but tougher. As the core of the estimated 40% who don't want to sever ties with Serbia, they're the main reason President Djukanovic hasn't yet announced his referendum.
I vi ste za srpstvo ovdje, jeli?
Jesmo, Bogu.
Jeste ovdje za srpstvo?
Ovo selo, a jesmo da ste prekrstili.
Ja vidim go, ako Bog da.
Pokaži fino, pozdravi ono kako pozdravi Srbi. Tako, sine, evo vidiš.
Each new generation is raised to respect Serbian warrior traditions and the very essence of being Serb.
Za referendum smo se spremili, mislim. I volja naroda je da ostanemo u saveznu državu, to je neminovno. Jedino krađom kao na prethodni izbori mogu doći do pobjede ili nekom špekulacijom. A ako se to desi, neće nas moći ucijepiti po cijenu života. Ako treba i zapucati, pucat ćemo, ali neće nas ucijepiti, sigurno.
We found a very different sort of defiance when we ventured into Serbia itself, at least in the town of Kraljevo. These Serbs are on the streets because they're sick of Milosevic and his wars.
Poštovani prijatelji, mi smo se večeras okupili ovde zbog zlih ljudi.
Milosevic police had confiscated the television transmitter of the local independent station. It had dared voice opposition to yet another call-up of army reservists. Townsfolk feared the call-up meant a fifth Milosevic war was imminent. Leading nightly marches were young locals of the Serbia-wide Otpor, or resistance movement.
Young people are dying, young people are going away.
Bojan Brkic is one of the resistance leaders.
Well, this is a small community. We have about 100,000 people here, you know, and many of our people were called up into war, last war, you know, war in Kosovo, and about 23,000, you know, this is the statistics sign.
The uniforms on the street reinforce those staggering figures. Literally 1/4 of Kraljevo's total population, and an even higher percentage of young people, were called up for Kosovo. 41 died and hundreds more were wounded in that war. Previous wars claimed thousands. Just about every child playing in Kraljevo Square has a relative affected by war. It's this generation resistance wants to save.
So it really is underground?
Yes, it's really underground. You can see that they are afraid of us because only our activists are being arrested, you know. Not the leaders of opposition parties, not the people on rallies that you see, but only us. The activists were beaten up by the police, and the material was took from them, and even in Kragujevac 17 members were arrested at that moment.
Dusan Vukovic has become a symbol of Kraljevo's agony. The students have adopted him as a sort of figurehead. They call him father. But Dusan and Snezhina Vukovic's real son, Alexander, lies in the Kraljevo graveyard. They visit him every day, a ritual not missed in the 12 months since he was killed in Kosovo.
Ovaj Milošević mu uskratio mu i mladost, uskratio mu i ljubav prema sportu i bilo šta.
Dusan Vukovic became a local hero when he publicly refused to accept a medal for his dead son sent by Slobodan Milosevic. The scene with Milosevic's envoy has become folklore.
To je vrlo teško i tragedija ne samo za mog sina, nego za sve porodice u ovoj zemlji napaćenoj. Ja kažem, ja ne branim NATO pakt, što je uradio, on je trebao da uradi na drugi način. Bombardovati jednog dušmanina, jednog psihopatu i treba njega i dan danas bombarduje sve.
Risky language in a country where someone was jailed for a year for carrying a sign saying free media. The students too risk all.
I think there is a real danger. I think that there is a possibility to begin war in Montenegro. I think that our people must to do something to bring police and army on our side.
We think this is our last chance, and we have no more time to lose. Losing the time means losing the people. This is our last chance.
Yes, I think we are the last chance generations. We tried it in 91, as you said, in 96. People doesn't have energy. The government is playing with the energy of these people. They're so weak. They're in some lethargic station. They're so hopeless. They don't want who to trust. They feel betrayed.
NATO's bombs have made their task harder.
Yes, we think that with bombing they just help Milosevic, not anyone else. Not anyone else. They did a great job for Milosevic by bombing. They didn't help us or anyone in this country but him.
I think that this bombing was one of the terrible mistakes of the last century, but we are ready to forgive that. We are ready to start again with a new strength, with a new people, to make Serbia not to be a black hole in the cosmos as it is now, just to be the part of the world.
The Montenegrins are our brothers, you know. We lived for 700 years with them, you know. We are the same people. So it would be the same to, I could call it the civil war, you know. That
Which is
wouldn't
the
be
worst
the
kind of
national war, that would be the civil war. And I don't really know who would take part, who sane would take part in that war, you know. Because I have cousins in Montenegro. He has the cousins. He's Montenegrin, you know. Maybe it's too late for us. I hope not, but maybe it is. But for those kids that you saw today on our square, I think it's not too late. But someone has to fight for them, you know. Someone has to fight for them. If political parties won't, we will.
That was Serbia itself, but back in northern Montenegro among Montenegrin Serbs, the mood is quite different.
Ovako mu je džet, i džet i prađet prije 100 i 200 godina dizao na 3 prsta.
Here you talk Montenegrin independence and you talk certain war.
Što se tiče terena kuća i sjeverni dio Crne Gore rata, on je sa Srbijom. Ja vjerujem da bi za građanski rat neminovno izbio. Premda on policijom to pokušava se zbijati terorom, unaprijed on priprema teren za to. Samo čeka volju naroda da ima većinu. On bi davno napisao referendum da ima većinu građana. Međutim, još nije zdrava situacija da bi on mogao da nas ocijepi. Ne smije, jednostavno ne smije. Jedino pod okriljem NATO ne može ocijepiti. Da nas porobi, znači, drugše nema šanse.
Ajmo se vidjeti.
The chorus for independence, especially among the country's youth, is growing. But the population seems irrevocably split. A referendum might give Slobodan Milosevic the trigger he wants. But with passions swirling, the limbo Montenegro occupies is not necessarily safer.